Today I want to talk to you about big things and little things. Both of them are very, very important. And many times we prioritize big things over little things, or vice versa. Sometimes we are people that love little things and big things we're not that excited about. But this particular week has been an amazing week for us. It's July the 2nd when I'm filming this. So yesterday we were at Canada Worships Jesus event. This is a worship event on the east side of Ottawa, worship and prayer, jumping castles and barbecues. And it's a great celebration of the goodness of God in Canada, hosted by my friend Razak. And it was a great event. We had a few hundred people out. We had many, many worship teams from across the nation, pastors and prayer leaders leading prayer, places for ministry, all kinds of good things, and the gospel's being preached. And you know, we can get caught up in all the bigness and the bigness of event. And events are, if you've done events, they're always interesting and lots of fun. And at our event this year, we got rained out at the very end. And many people would think, oh, it was ruined. Actually, it got rained out last year too, which is kind of interesting. Even when the forecast said it wasn't going to rain at all, we got rained out on both times. And which is wonderful because it rains on the just and the unjust. And many people get caught up in stuff, but rain is a sign of blessing. I just want to say that. Unless, of course, you're talking about the ark, but God promised he's not going to do that to us. But rain is a sign of blessing. And we really embrace that. So anyway, back to what really happened. So one of the things that intrigued me about yesterday, my friend Adebayo called me, we debriefed this morning, and he was telling about the main thing, keeping the main thing the main thing. And of course we worshiped, we prayed, we preached, we ate, we celebrated. It was good. But the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. And I have a great testimony here, because there was a woman who had been trafficked into Canada, smuggled into Canada to be used in the sex trade. And she happened by our event. And you know what happened? She came to Jesus. We were able to minister her. That's the big thing. So even with all this stuff and all the weeks of preparation and all the money that costs, because it costs lots of money to do these kinds of things, and with all of that and all the aggravation of rain showing up unexpectedly, there was a big victory. There was another victory. This woman was called out of darkness into his marvelous light. That's the main thing. So for me, yesterday, it was like an unbelievable, successful day. You know, it wasn't that we had hundreds of people show up, which was nice. It wasn't that the worship teams were really in top order and the sound was excellent. It wasn't that. I mean, those are all good things. The hot dogs were yummy. The jumping capsules didn't deflate. It was all good. But the main thing is someone came to the Lord. That disciples are being made. So it's important to do these small things and remember the small things which seem kind of small and maybe insignificant are really the main thing. Jesus said this in both Matthew 19 and 20. Both times he mentions the first will be last and the last will be first. So you have to remember and get your priorities right. That being said, I want to talk to you about a big thing. So next week, we are a part of a team here in Ottawa, July 9, 10, and 11. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the National Day of Prayer. We should maybe Days of Prayer. And National House of Prayer, as well as the Billy Graham Association, are hosting 2 workshops on the Thursday afternoon. Billy Graham is going to do what they do, evangelism, a school on evangelism. National House of Prayer is going to do a school on prayer. So we invite you to be a part of those. Go to both of them if you can. Register at nationaldayofprayer.ca if you want to be a part of those schools. On Friday, there is a leaders gathering. So if you're a pastor, a leader, a prayer group leader, we invite you to be a part of that. You have to register for that. Again, nationaldayofprayer.ca. Register for that. If you're a pastor or leader and it says, how did you hear about it? You heard about it from me. All right, so put my name in there when in the questionnaire because you got to get an invite. We'd love to see you there. And on Saturday, we're working again with the March for Jesus here in Ottawa, and that will be culminating, starting in Ottawa, and then culminating at Jacques Cartier Park in Gatineau over the river. We go over the bridge, and we'll be having an event there to celebrate, to worship, and that evening, later afternoon, we will be having the great Canadian prayer meeting. So we want to see you there. So this is a big invitation to all three of those days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'd love to see you. If you come, make sure you come and see Marilyn and I. We'd love to meet you face to face. And we're really excited about this. But remember, God is doing big things in little places, and he's doing amazing things even in big places like Ottawa. So please come. We'd love to see you. We're so excited about this. I'm Chris Bybrick, the director of the National House of Prayer, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.